I think we got 80% of our completed goal done.
Yeah, I mean it's not complete, but it's relatively there.
I mean, the goal of the class was not to fully have something fully functional, but to learn from it. I think we definitely met that. As far as completing everything, we're like 80% of the way there. The other 10-20% was just troubleshooting, basically.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So what else do you guys want to put into here?
I think that what sums it up. We covered all the points. I'm pretty sure we have all the points covered in our project.
Yeah,
something I was going to say
talk about different parts of the code that are fulfilling different parts of the
requirements.
Exactly that. Just say which topics are presented.
In which areas.
Exactly.
Pull up this here. Boy, come on.
Now I've had to restart my computer about 5 times just so that the APK could compile. It's just been a rough day today.
Come on, stop doing that.
All right, we're all here.
Oh yeah, there's Brendan.
So,
hey. So we did all the diagrams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have that as a separate. So we got APC. You know what? We didn't do APC yet.
No, but we did do Hibernate. Yes?
Yeah.
We did do client-server socket, yeah.
HTTP Connect, multi-threading.
We can do collections in there. Table. Table.
We did the threads, executioners, and
runnables.
Runnables, yep.
I really have to do another text box? That's crap. Really? Well, I'll deal with that later. I'll just make the list here and deal with it later. Let's take our arms. Threads, executors. I think that was it that we actually had, so that we missed APC or ACP, the application controller pattern, and
I still don't understand that one. So
yeah, I can see where it would be useful, but for my application, I felt it was a little bit of overhead that I didn't feel was necessary, but I could see where it could be used. But either way, whatever. So there's
I
that.
like understood it, but I didn't understood it from like
How
a
it-
coding aspect, like how you would code that, specifically with that in mind.
Yeah.
Some of it almost seemed kind of obsolete too, and some of the coding stuff that I was reading about. So it was kind of up in the air to me.
You don't want to know what's obsolete? Twin X cabling. I only say that because I went to one of our plants at work and they are running Twin X.
A lot of that terminology is actually kind of changing nowadays. If you say Twin X at my company, it's now a Cisco fiber where they have the modules at each end that you just plug into the SFP slots. So it's fiber optics, but they manage everything. They get the fiber optic modules as well as the fiber itself. So they just reuse the name.
Gotcha.
Scrum, extended means product backlog. What did he say here? Tell me about the process methodology you've been using. Are you using an agile approach? We didn't do daily. That's the stand-up meeting. Those are the weekly Scrum meetings. We didn't do the daily stand-up meetings though. No communication or completed assignments. Or yeah, whatever. What else do we want to add in here, or possibly reword or pull out?
No, we kept it pretty simple.
So over here. Where's our schedule at?
I was going to say, is our schedule part of that we'd put on there?
Yeah, it'd be on this.
Oh, I got you. Got a
Figure
separate
out
slide.
on this slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way we could kind of have a comparison. This is what the original schedule was, and then an actual. Where is that schedule? Oh, you know what? It was in the presentation.
Yeah, was that in our original presentation?
Yeah, I'm pulling that up
Wait.
now.
Yeah. I just copy that slide in, or the. Yeah.
I was thinking of, so this is what our original one looked like. I was thinking of taking that and making like,
Progression chart.
yeah, so this is what my document looked like for. It looked a lot like what he sent out. So this was like our learning schedule.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Basically having a single color instead of all this for all the planned with a name in it, and then a different color with the actual with the same name and underneath it. So
No, that's good.
That's
It's
a
probably
good
not
idea.
gonna
It's not gonna be 12 weeks long though. It's gonna be more like 3.
Well, yeah, no, this is just an example. I'm not taking this word for word. I'm literally not going to do like this, copy, and then paste over here, wherever the
I
heck.
gotcha.
But I can. Let's see if it copies. No, didn't quite like that. Either way. No, this literally just an example. Don't take it literally. I know that our project was not 14 weeks long, so. So I'll put that in there in a bit.
Hard to believe it's already been 14 weeks though, honestly.
Yeah. do that later. So what do we think we did good?
I have an APK. It actually works a little bit.
I think our team communication has been really good for when, at least for those of us who were here, letting them know, hey, we won't be here, we will be here. This is what's been completed. This is what I'm struggling with. That's been really good all around.
I think for those who actually have attended as well, like you know, showing up for meetings and things like that have been pretty well.
So how do you want to word that?
Attendance was consistent.
Yeah.
So I thought our collaboration too was good, and just to come up with the ideas and figuring out how to fix everything and get it all to work. You know, when we first started,
Yeah.
seemed like everybody.
Yeah, like sharing
every hurdle we
ideas
ran
was
into,
really
we still
good
had
as well.
Yeah,
So should we call it optimal team communication?
collaboration.
Collaboration, yeah.
Mhm.
I think there was also a lot of team teaching that happened in the first couple of weeks. I mean, we put up our own videos for everyone else to look at their own convenience on what we learned, and that really helped, in my opinion.
Call it maybe teach one another, like with the
Yeah, with the learning
UE.
mod. Yeah,
Yeah, the learning model.
make it bold, make it colorful, underlined.
Executed BYU Idaho learning model.
Yeah,
There you go. We taught each other and learned from each other.
there we go.
Pretty big deal.
And I'm trying to get the exact wording that they use. Like a trademark sign. There we go. Okay.
We also have solid documentation as well from our meetings and what's going on.
Okay.
So both on our on the minutes and on our Google Chat, which I would consider to be documentation.
Google has records of it forever.
Yeah. Okay. What about opportunities?
I feel like I probably could have sought more outside help when building this APK. Spent a lot of time troubleshooting errors on my own rather than asking for help.
Mhm. I know personally I could have come more prepared to meetings, knowing kind of what we needed to do, because I kind of felt I was always coming into the meeting, and then that's like the only time I ever thought about, okay, what are our next steps? I would just think about completing my assignment for the week, and then I'd move on to other classwork. But that's more of a personal thing.
I think that could be applied, you know, team-wise as well. Because I don't necessarily think I remember any meeting where everyone came in or like knew exactly what they were doing, and we kind of all had to talk it out.
So would you call it team
Preparedness.
Yeah. Preparation for meetings or something like that.
I don't think this was anybody's fault on any of this stuff, but I think maybe we could have, it's kind of hard to do this, but plan the topics kind of together. So we kind of, instead of having an individual learning experience for those topics, like have a shared.
Right, like a group learning
shared.
experience so that we were able to more actively share different topics with each other so we could team teach better.
Yeah, so I mean, I set up my own repository here for my portfolio, but I mean, as I went along, I started thinking, man, I wonder what someone else did. I wonder what their example was. We ended up sharing sometimes what we were doing, but of course we didn't share everything. So I think kind of a more, I don't know how to say that really, with a team portfolio or a outside of the normal application, because a lot of the stuff I felt like I don't feel like I'm at the point yet I can put this into my application and show it. So I built small little applications that would show that specific topic.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there. Instead of posting things throughout the semester, I just sent my portfolio one giant dump to Brother Tuck and said, here is everything. And because from what I was noticing there, at least this is early on for me, but looking through the community, there weren't a whole lot of people actually viewing each other's videos until the end of the semester. Then it started jumping, I guess, people trying to catch up. But I was thinking, well, if no one's going to really look at it, maybe I shouldn't bother trying to record and post something up there. It's something I probably should have done. And so I'm in the same boat as you there, Olin. You know, I had all these individual small applications that had real-world problem-solving development on it. And I think if we would have been able to have a group repository to share all those different principles and say, hey, run this, look at the comments that talk through the code of what's going on, that would have been beneficial for everybody, I think.
Yeah. Anything outside of these three? Because I keep going back and thinking of stuff that ties into this one. I'm like, no, we've already got that.
See, I think for team opportunities, we've done pretty well together, even though some of us have been over mobile or otherwise. But as we've all got personal things I think we would have done better. But as a team, though, I think we can all agree this has been a pretty cohesive team. Not bad for 6 individuals all working together.
Yeah.
Remotely.
Yeah, no, we've definitely had success, I feel. I think the more I think through this, what I was kind of leaning towards is kind of what Brandon was saying, where you are doing one topic or one assignment, and you kind of get stuck. Being more open to pulling other people in to assist with those kind of things.
Because I don't think anybody would have said, you know, hey, I'm having some problems with this topic here, you know, or my error, what's going on? They said, well, that's not my assignment, so.
Well, yeah.
I don't think that would have happened with this team. I think if we would have just asked for help more often, that would have been more beneficial.
Sorry, I like to make my presentations try to make them somewhat cheerful. Woo. So I thought you guys might get a kick out of this one. Pretty good.
Yeah, because that one I'm looking at, that doesn't look funny.
No, so on my personal report, I prefer to have some little things to put in. So I put like
Yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Yes.
I always thought those were pretty good. So he got a kick out of them too. He actually liked the last one the best. So
Did you get a grade back on that, on your journaling?
yeah, so I got kind of mixed between agree and strongly agree. So
nice.
Take it.
I don't think, yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you'd get a second shot at it because he didn't really say you could submit anything new. So
Just take it and
Do you have any
run.
kind of template for the journaling? I know he did for the other stuff, but
He told me that you could submit it multiple times, but I wasn't sure because I'm creating a PowerPoint too, but I didn't know if I had to make a video for it or just give it to him. So what did you do?
So I did a presentation with the video and a code demo.
Okay.
So this is what he wanted from yours or from the professional evidence. He lists 3 here, but there's 4 in the portfolio. Assessments. Here it was in professional behavior. So I kind of read through his post there, but then I went through here and I made a long Word document that had each of these as section headers, and just kind of listed all of the stuff that I needed to get that done. And then I made my presentation kind of feeding off of this, but it was much more watered down. It was I think 18 minutes total when I was done. So, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's really just thinking especially the portfolio. That one was just thinking back where you started, how you felt you improved, what things you could have done better, and where you felt you were successful. Kind of like what we're doing with this one. And we're doing where we feel we're at, how we learned. This is a project methodology, but that's how your learning method, how you stuck with it, all that. So I pretty much pulled the same rough rubric for the personal project to this one as well. But I don't know.
No, I would just leave it those 3.
Yeah. I mean, for team opportunities, I think on the whole we've done very well. It's just some personal things, interaction with the team we wish we could have done differently. But as a team, pretty solid group here.
Yeah. So I'll get the schedule thing in here. You guys can look at it later. It's in. Gosh, I hate having so many tabs open.
I just want to delete my entire Google Drive and reformat it sometimes. I got so much
Yeah.
stuff in there. Right-click, reformat.
Yeah, exactly. So it's under the shared folder, the root one under project. It's just same name as this one, but it's final application presentation. So
Cool.
Okay.
yeah, if you want to add notes into it, you can just add it down here for whatever you feel we might need notes for and what we might want to talk about. I guess I'm curious how we want to try to break this up, or do we want to have it more of a facilitator with everyone discussing?
I think 1 slide per person would be good. It looks like you got, what, 6?
6, yeah. So someone would take these 2 because that one's really not anything. So, and then just moving down through. So who wants to take the first slide? Anybody?
Why don't you go ahead and take that one, actually,
Okay.
since you're the one who's hosting all of our stuff.
So the next one.
I can grab that one.
The next one. Do I have
Don't
a
everyone speak at once.
I'll take the success one after that because I have the APK and the emulator. I can.
I'll do the schedule. That's fine.
I'll
'Cause
get
I can-
our opportunities.
Who? Sorry, what?
So I'll go ahead and take opportunities.
I guess I'll take the last one.
Yeah, I think we'll. That one, I don't know if we want to go super deep into it. Just, I mean,
Small snippets, I would
Yeah.
say. Show some parts of code. Like, oh, right here we can demonstrate, we did, multi-threading. And here has been, we did, serialization.
Well, if that's the case, then I don't know if not if I'm the man for the job for that. I guess if someone I don't know, told me, I don't know.
I'll switch with you, Ethan. You can start us off.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks.
Cool. Well, anybody have anything else, or?
I'll show you guys the APK I got so far.
Yeah, let's take a look.
So, I keep getting buffer errors every once in a while, so I'm still figuring that out. But we got a logo. It actually works, somewhat. I had issues because either it's not connecting to the server, or it's not running on the server, or something, but it would crash each time I clicked on these to run the classes. But for the most part, everything I think we wanted is there. I mean, this still works. And then I have it switch out to View, but in my emulator, I don't have a View PDF app.
Okay.
But it does work locally on your phones. I did upload the APK underneath the root directory for our team folder. So you can definitely do that. Yeah, it's even published as LDS Home Teaching. So
See, how about we have that as our code demonstration? Because we may not necessarily need to dive into here's this topic, here's what we got. And maybe talk about what it's doing as it's going through. I think that would be far more interesting.
well,
Okay.
we can definitely show what's supposed to be, what the code is for when we report a visit, the class code for that. We can show a snippet of the class code for these things.
Mhm.
Right here's the administrative tools, like we said we would do. So you can see I got stuff going on back here that's telling me it's not working. So
So, Brandon,
That's right,
you want to take that slide then? You can give it a short demo.
yeah, I can. Well, yeah, I was doing that with the success slide. Like, hey, look, we have an APK, and I guess I can hop in on the last slide a little bit and
Yeah, so
explain
what we can do is then you can say, here's what we got, here's what it's doing.
what it's going
then-
to do.
Well, right, and then we can show under the cover there what the code looks like. Gotta do a handoff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So,
So
but
we're
yeah,
ready to present today.
We can go ahead and do it now if you want. That way we don't have to meet on Thursday.
Do we want to have a schedule first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a
So
schedule for my
it
side.
shouldn't take that long to create that. I'm just curious if everybody's willing to wait.
Yeah, I can
I'm
wait.
okay with that. I've got another meeting coming up here in 30 minutes for another final. So if we can get it done in that time, then I'll be here.
Yeah, same here. I've got another meeting at 7.
well, if someone, I can't really do a whole lot with my emulator up, and I have like a 50-50 shot if I close it, I won't get it back. So
All right. So do we want to do this on Thursday then?
well, we can do it now. I just, as far as showing under the hood stuff, I can't do that.
Oh, that's okay.
While my emulator's running, I can't do that.
Okay. I'm fine with waiting on Thursday.
I'm good either way. I'm open on Thursday.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this on Thursday, and then we'll have our last meeting, get everything all wrapped up. Is there anything else we want to do to our project in the meantime, or are we gonna be happy with where it is?
I'm fine with where it is.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty busy with some other stuff here too.
I just don't know if since we've already made this PowerPoint, if we did anything else, if we'd have to update the PowerPoint, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, I think we've gone a lot farther than most other of the groups. So
What time are we meeting on Thursday? Same time?
Yeah, 6 p.m. Mountain,
Okay.
the same time Thursday.
all right.
And hopefully it'll just be a short 15, 20-ish minute meeting where we just start recording and get done and move on.
Sounds great.
So yeah,
All right.
if you need to write notes for yourself, just put them in your slide. It's down on underneath the slide. So however you want to do it, you can do it.
All right, awesome.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.